Hello and welcome back to another Flash video tutorial using ActionScript 3.0. To go ahead and get caught up with me, create a new ActionScript 3.0 document and create a movie clip. Now, to go over kind of what you're seeing right here, I have one layer, I've named it Hot Dogs, I have three movie clips that are all the same movie clip, and I have a background. Quick thing to mention about movie clips and backgrounds or drawing objects is that movie clips are not standard drawing objects, so they don't actually overwrite anything you've already drawn on the same layer. So if you notice, I can drag this hot dog around, put it over the other ones, move it, and I'm just pressing Control Z to undo my actions. But you can see though that nothing is being erased. That's just because movie clips aren't considered standard drawing objects and, well, they don't overwrite each other. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this rainbow fiesta I've got going on in the background by just selecting it and pressing delete. And I'm going to go ahead and start this video, which is about arranging movie clips and aligning and transforming them. So to begin, we can see that although all three of my hot dogs are on the same layer, one hot dog is on top of the other, which is on top of the other. And let's say I wanted this one to be in the middle. Well, all I have to do is right click, go under arrange. I'm going to send it backward. And what that does is it sends it back one position in everything or according to everything we have on the stage. So right now there's three things. It was on top, I've sent it back one, and now you can see it's above the very bottom hot dog, but it's below the very top. And so it's in the middle position now. So if I were to right click, click arrange, and send backward one more time, now it's on the very bottom. I'm going to Control Z to undo everything. Let's say I wanted to send it straight to the back. I can just right click, arrange, send to back. If I want to bring it back, right click, arrange, bring to front. Right click, arrange. The bring forward option works the same as send backwards, except that you're bringing it more towards the top instead of the bottom. But personally, I would recommend putting these on three separate layers instead of on the same layer and having to right click, click arrange. So that can be a pain in the butt when you start getting multiple objects. We're talking, 50 objects on the stage. You have to click send backwards 25 times to get it to the middle. But moving on. Next thing I'm going to show you is the align window. If you can't find it, go under window, align. It's this what is it? This icon here that kind of looks like a bar graph turned on its side. And how this works is you have to select a movie clip. So I've selected my hot dog on the right. And you have a ton of options here. Before I begin, I'm going to call your attention to the align to stage checkbox. If I do not have align to stage checked, I'm only going to be aligning based on what I have selected. So right now, because I only have one object selected, I'm going to align it to its center, align it to its center, so right, horizontal and vertical center. And you can see nothing is actually moving in here because, well, it's always going to be at its center because it's one object. If I go ahead and click align to stage, now I click center and center, now it's dead center of my stage. So be aware if there's a difference when you're aligning to the stage, you're aligning your objects to the stage, versus aligning to just what you have selected. So if I am in align to stage mode and I select all my hot dogs and I click align horizontal center, align vertical center, now all three of my hot dogs are dead center. But let's say I didn't want to align it to the stage. I'm just trying to align all three of these. I want all three of them to be, all three of them to have the same center point, but not necessarily be in the center of the stage. Well, I just click to uncheck my align to stage checkbox, and I'll align them horizontally and I'll align them vertically. Pretty straightforward, right? These other options here are align left edge, so I can align them all to the left, I can align them all to the right, same with top and bottom. And I can do the same exact thing with the stage. So if I want to align them all to the left side of the stage, align left edge, right, top, bottom. You can see how that works. The next one I want to call attention to is distribute. And distribute works very similar to space, so I'm not really going to go over space, but pretty much what it does is it tries to distribute either an edge or a center point, either vertically or horizontally. So I go ahead and click distribute vertical center. Click, you can see that now I've distributed the vertical center so that vertically, if I start from one center point, go to the other, it's going to be the same distance from the next one to the next one. So from here to here is the same distance from here to here. So if I do that horizontally, you can see 1, 2, 3, got all of my 3 points. They're about the same distance apart. If I click on space, looks pretty much the same. And that works a little differently when you're not aligned to the stage, in terms of it tries to align it based on your selection, and it may or may not do something, but just be aware that that's there and it exists and it works. The next one is match size, and I'm going to go ahead and create some more objects. I'm going to click on an object, press Control C to copy, Control V to paste, Control V again so I get 2 of the same. And now I'm going to go ahead and change this one hot dog to be a baby hot dog. Select both my objects, go to my align window, and now if I click match size, you can see I'll do match width first. You can see now they have the same width. But oops, I had align to stage selected, so now it's actually making it the same width of this as the stage. So if I uncheck that, click match width, you can see my little hot dog is a fat little hot dog, and if I click match height, now I got a normal hot dog. So I'm gonna press Control Z, undo, just to show you that I'm not lying. Match width and height, now it's the same as this other hot dog. Remember, if I have align to stage, well, you have some pretty big, fat, weird looking hot dogs. So that's about it for the align window. The next window is the transform window, and there's about 3 ways to get to it. You can click window, find transform, or if you notice when you're in the align window, there's a little tab for transform, or I can click this little icon here that looks like a stamp. And pretty much how this works is just a more precise way of rotating, skewing, moving, scaling your objects. So let's say I have these 2 hot dogs selected. I want them to be exactly 200% width, so twice as wide as they were before. I can type in 200. Now they're twice as wide. It's going to work a little weird when you have multiple ones selected in terms of where it positions it and everything, but you can see 200 is changing it to be exactly double. I can rotate them, so I'll rotate them 10 degrees, let's say, and I can see they're both rotated. Let me actually go ahead and line these up really quick so that this looks better. So I have 2 objects selected, going into transform. If I click rotate, they're actually going to rotate around the same axis. So if I have them rotating, which is sort of bliss, you can see that they're both moving in a way that they're both parallel. If I wanted to have these, I keep redoing and undoing stuff. If I want to have these just rotated and not be kept parallel, I have to select one individually, go ahead and transform, rotate, say 10, and now I have a crooked hot dog. This one's just normal. But that's pretty much it. I can type in a number, I can click and drag, just like I can with all my properties. I can do skew if I want to go skew, say 50 degrees. And that's pretty much it for the transform tool. It's just, like I said, an easier way of lining things up. So if I wanted to have multiple hot dogs, so we're having a hot dog party, we're hot dogging it, I'm going to align them to the bottom, I'm going to distribute the horizontal center. Now they're nice and lined up along the stage. They're perfectly flat on the bottom. It's starting to look like a real hot dog stand here. But, you know, we're artsy kind of people, so rotate 50 degrees. And now I have a perfect line of hot dogs for maybe attaching to bottle rockets, and we can launch them into the crowd. We'll start a dangerous, exhilarating hot dog launching eating company. I don't know. But you get the idea. You can arrange objects by right-clicking, bring to front, bring forward, send backwards, send to back. You can align objects with all of these lovely buttons you see here, and we can transform objects with all these options here as well. So that's it for this video. Go ahead and play around with this because it'll be very useful when you're trying to make like intro screens or any kind of menu, because I mean, if you don't have things lined up, it's gonna look weird, it's gonna look ugly, and there is a small chance that no one's going to like you. But you're a good person, I know that you are deep down on the inside, and we want to let that show. So make sure you know how to align, transform, rotate, blah 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 blah. That is it for this video.